Hi guys, today we'll talk about the Pulsar Superglide Glass mousepad which I've been using for the last 3 weeks and why I believe it to be my new go-to pad for tracking heavy games like Apex. Small disclaimer first, Pulsar kindly sent me this pad for review, but that doesn't change the outcome of this review however. So, unlike your usual mousepads that are made from some sort of cloth, this is made from the same material as Pulsar's Superglide mouse feet, which is aluminosilicate glass, commonly called as Gorilla Glass. Of course, this is not unheard of since we already have SkyPad doing this exact thing, but it's nice to see more companies introducing hard pads to their lineup as well. The build of this pad is also multi-layered and has a textured finish on top, then the glass layer followed by the layer which has the Supreme logo looking graphics, and then a shatterproof layer. The full bottom is covered by silicone and it sticks to your desk really well. The edges are also nicely beveled, so you don't have to go to the ER after a gaming session because you're bleeding from your wrist. Overall, the build quality is awesome and this pad just feels like a premium product, and the premium feeling comes also from the unboxing experience as well. I'm not sure which one I was more excited about, the pad or the peeling of the backing film from the silicone base. It comes in a package you probably should keep around if you want to store it somewhere or travel with this pad. Since this was my first glass pad, it took a couple of gaming sessions to get a good idea how to use it properly. First thing I noticed is for the best experience you need to use a long sleeve shirt or separate sleeve. Otherwise your skin will stick to the pad and it is kinda annoying and your aim feels off, at least for my grip style. It doesn't have to be a gaming sleeve and you don't need to worry about the weave orientation like on cloth pads. I am using a basic sleeve I use for cycling and it works fine. Secondly, I noticed that any piece of dirt on this pad feels like a freaking rock stuck in the bottom of your shoe, and if something hard gets between your pad and the mouse skate, it will leave a scratch on the skate. So cleaning this pad frequently is very important, but thankfully very easy. Just wipe it with the microfiber cloth and sometimes maybe use water with the cloth. Thirdly, I noticed that the consistency of my aim with this pad is incredible. Because the pad doesn't have any give, the pressure you put on your mouse doesn't affect the glide much. I found that this pad works exceptionally well in high pressure situations when it is typical to press your mouse harder to the pad when your muscles get tense, which on cloth pads affects the glide properties. So none of that inconsistency on this one, and this is something that I also measured. There was almost no difference in kinetic or static friction with or without additional weight applied to the mouse on my friction tests. Tracking with this pad feels insanely good, and I managed to break my plateaus in 2 tracking voltaic benchmarks in Kovacs and have noticed my scores to start climbing up again. Static aiming is however a bit harder on a glass pad, which you probably already figured. It is not like on Superglide feet however, and you can still stop and hold your cursor position normally. It is just a bit more honest about your aim and reveals any extra shakiness you probably should work on with proper aim training. I also measured the kinetic and static friction of this pad, and surprise surprise, it had the lowest results on both, which means that it is in fact a fast pad. Compared to the results I had on my Superglide skates testing video, which should be appearing somewhere around here, the Pulsar Superglide Glass pad has around 2.5 times more static friction than the Superglide skates on Artisan Hayate Otsu, but about 20% lower than the Vance Ice, which was the previous speed king of my mousepads. Kinetic friction is also around 20% lower than the Vance Ice and a tiny bit faster than the Superglide skates on Hayate Otsu. One thing to note is the consistency of my results with this pad were phenomenal. On both the static and kinetic friction tests, the results were really close together. I actually measured 4 of the same value in the 7 trials I took on the kinetic friction tests. So, who is this pad for? In my opinion, this pad is best used in tracking heavy games like Apex Legends, and those who are serious about aim training should not disregard this pad either. This pad is just so brutally honest about your aim, and it is the main reason I like this so much. Lastly, let's talk about the price. size. On Pulsar's website, the XL size costs $95 plus shipping, and for us EU customers, it is soon available on Max Gaming and Pulsar's EU site for 115 euros plus shipping. So it is no means a budget product, but this is a product that will probably last you a lifetime if you don't drop it from the top of a building, is easy to keep clean, and offers really consistent performance. So if you value those things, the Pulsar Superglide mousepad might just be the pad for you. So that's it for the video, guys. Press like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.